Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I wanted to share this video with you, this beautiful woman on TikTok talking about some of the hardships when it comes to dating because so many men have children. And I actually saw one of her videos months ago where she was talking about a lot of the black men in California don't go for black women a lot. I mean, she's a gorgeous woman, but they kind of go for the Kim Kardashian sort of aesthetic, white and Latino women. And a lot of people are like, baby, you're absolutely gorgeous. Like, come to Atlanta, come to Texas, come here, come here. I mean, you wouldn't have any issues. What's going on with them in California? So anyway, with this video, she says that dating is just harder because a lot of men have 2 to 3 kids already. So let's look at the video of what she's saying. And I also want to play the video where she was talking about the black men in California because I don't think she dates other groups of men racially. I have an opinion. I have an opinion when it comes to these men having all these kids. Okay, let's jump right on in to this and look at her video.
It is so hard dating nowadays because I have 0 kids and everyone else has like 2 or 3. And don't get me wrong, I love kids. Love kids. But I want to have my first child with my husband who has 0 kids. That is my preference, okay? I tell God that every day. Now, I don't know what he has in store for me, but okay, I'm back. I prefer a man with no kids because, like, for me, I feel like it's unfair. I feel like it's very unfair because I am going to be able to give you 100%. Like, I'm going to be able to be there for you. You call me, I'm coming. Like, if we're in a relationship, it's me and you. But if I'm in a relationship with a man, it's always going to be them kids before me. And I can't really wrap my mind around that. Like, I need my man to be all about me. Of course, be all about his life and his family. And
Okay, now look, not every woman wants to date a man with kids. It's not for everybody. There are so many men who have said that they don't want to date women with kids, a lot of black men, and that's who she primarily dates. And she wants to have her own family. She doesn't have kids, and she wants a man who doesn't have children. And it's very real out here. Me and her, we might be around the same age. I'm not 100% sure, but I can tell you it's very rare, like even years ago, that I would meet a number of men, usually a little bit older, a lot who don't have kids, but even a little bit younger. A lot of guys have kids, and even men from different racial groups where family is important. A lot of guys get married, they have kids, they divorce, and then they're back on the dating scene. Or in the black community, a lot of these black guys have kids as early as 20 years old. They already have kids. It's a crisis, an epidemic. Even though a lot of them are claiming online, a lot of them don't have kids. A lot of them do. Okay, and if she's a millennial, she might be dating guys around her age group, and a lot of them have kids. And this is just something that I've always known when dating, is that if I'm going to talk to guys in their 30s and up, a lot of them are going to have kids, a number of them. Now, some of them don't, but a lot of them do. And I mean, some women don't mind being a stepmother, but sometimes I also look at, does he have multiple kids by different women? I don't want to be bothered. No, you didn't wife none of those women up. You got all these different kids. You're paying child support. That's something you look at too. Is he on child support? That means that he's not going to really be pouring into you. The money is always going to children, as it should as a father. Let's be clear. But that's a real thing. That's a real thing. And a lot of times you might be a wonderful stepmother. But you have to understand you're not their mother, and a lot of kids, no matter what their age is, they're not going to listen to you. You might be a really good mother figure, and they'll say to you, "You're not my mother." They'll say that to spite you, some of them. "You're not my mother." Or your man, if you try to discipline the kids because you are the stepmother and you should be a little bit of an authority figure. Yes, I'm not your mother, but I'm here to help you, guide you. I am your stepmother. You also have men who will get offended and upset that you would dare to correct his children if they are wrong or guide them. It can be a little bit messy, I'm telling you. So, but it's true. The older you get, especially, your most men are going to have kids, a lot of them. And sometimes you hear women say if a man is of a certain age and he doesn't have kids, what's wrong with him? That's something older women used to say, something is wrong with that man. Most men have started a family. But some men, they use, protection and everything. They're not out here making kids all the time. A lot of black men tend to have children, and again, there's nothing wrong if she wants to start her own family with her man that doesn't have kids. So, okay, also, I have some notes real quick. What I would tell her is, if, look, people might say, look, you're going to have to compromise when the dating pool is hard. But if you want what you want, you want what you want. But you're going to have to look. I would tell her you might have to date a younger man. You might have to date a younger man who hasn't started a family. You might have to date, well, other cultures of men. Yes, some of them have kids, but a lot of them are not always baby daddies all over the place. I'll save that for a little bit later, but you might want to go a little bit younger. Also, a lot of people might criticize online dating, but when you're in a situation where it's a hot mess, maybe you might want to try online dating, because you can actually set your preferences on there to for men who don't have children. You literally can click the preferences that you are seeking a man with 0 children. So it would filter it, and now you have all these men available that you can pick from, show interest in, who don't have children. I know people criticize online dating, but when you're in this type of situation and it's hard out here, this is something you might want to do, because you actually can select men with no children. Maybe you can start a meetup group on meetup.com, or some sort of dating meetup type of thing using social media for men and women who don't have children. Maybe speed dating for men and women who don't have kids. That's something you can use, again, social media, make flyers or something, spread the word. There are ways to do it. Okay. And let's see. All right. So, yeah. I pretty much said what I had to say on that. I want to show the video that she made about her difficulty finding black men to date in California who are prejudiced against black women.
This is the one right here. And I'm going to tread lightly because I know people be in their feelings when it comes to race and all of that. But when it comes to California, yes, there are black men. But if you're a certain type of woman and you're looking for a specific type of black man, in my opinion, when we're talking about sophistication and all of that, they're not here in LA. They're just not here. And if they are here, they don't like black women. So her comment definitely is on point, as far as, there being no black men. Now, when you go to the East Coast, that's where you can find a black man of sophistication, that has a great job and is doing well for himself and is not wearing skinny jeans. But LA, whew, honey, the black men out here, some of them, honestly, they really just don't like black women. They're looking for a specific type of aesthetic, and if you don't fit that, then you're out of luck, in this dating scene. And I'm finding that, if you're a black woman and you're really true to yourself and true to who you are, and you're not conforming and doing, everything that these other girls are doing out in the streets, they don't want you. They don't want the good girls anymore. They want the easy ones. They want the ones with the BBLs. They want the ones, that I don't even know what they want, honestly. Maybe y'all can chime in the comments. But to be honest with you, LA really is not a great place to date. In my opinion, I feel like if I lived like on the East Coast or something, I probably would be better off, because black men out there actually like black women.
Okay, so at this point, it really is the luck of the draw, in my opinion. I mean, I've seen people say, "Look, you're beautiful. Why don't you come to Atlanta? Come to Texas. Come here, come there." Now, I will say the best looking black men that I've seen have been in the DMV area and up north. Okay. A lot of the black men in the DMV area, a lot of them have government jobs and good jobs. A lot of them are very handsome. Okay. But realistically, I mean, when you talk about coming to the South, look, the black women in Atlanta, there's an abundance of gorgeous black women in Atlanta and they can't find a man. And a lot of them date black men and they're dating trans, bisexuals, or they're players because there's such a huge amount of available black women and they're not staying faithful. Okay, you also have the high HIV rate in Atlanta. When you think of the South, that's the Bible Belt, a huge amount of HIV. I'm just keeping it real. Houston, Texas had a 200% syphilis outbreak a few months ago and a high HIV rate. Washington, D.C., yeah, good jobs, huge down low community, a huge HIV rate. That's all over the country though. So, look, from some videos that I saw in the comments, I sort of got the vibe that she doesn't really interracially date. I don't believe in forcing that. Thankfully, I'm not attracted just to black men, so that's not an issue for me. But she should open her options up seriously. I'm not saying that there aren't other groups of men from different cultures that don't have children. Like I said, a lot of them believe in getting married, and when they're in their 30s, they have a wife and kids, or they're divorced. But you do have a lot of them who don't have an epidemic of baby daddy culture, like in the black community. I would suggest she doesn't have to only date out her race. She can date black men too if she feels like it, but I wouldn't just stick to one pool of men when I'm in this type of situation. I want a man who doesn't have kids. I mean, look, I don't have kids, and one thing I could say is maybe again she could do something to start a meetup group for men and women who don't have kids, and you never know what can happen from that. You never know, and I know that it can be frustrating. I mean, again, you're out there, you're trying to, meet your king, your prince, your king, and she said that the guys out there where she's at, they're not all with black women, but she also said she was looking for a sophisticated guy. Okay, sophisticated. And yeah, I mean, again, she can go to the East Coast, the South. Sometimes, though, with the South, you better pick carefully where you move to because there are places in the South that's depressive. They don't have good jobs. The men don't make any money. It's the Bible Belt, huge down low population. But they, ironically, a lot of them will get married in parts of the South, those small towns and everything. But a lot of them still have side chicks. So it's the luck of the draw if you're only going to date black men. And I'm not saying you can't have issues dating men not black too. My thing is, I wouldn't just be in one pool dating. Okay. So that's pretty much it for this video. I'm probably missing some things to tell her. So are any of you ladies going through this situation? I know a lot of you who follow me don't have children. Some of you are child free by choice or by situation. Well, have you had any difficulties finding men, dating men who are child free as well? And what did you do? What did you do? And what are you currently going through with that situation? Are some of you giving up, saying, F it, they all have kids, I guess I'll just have to date them? Or do you date, all different types of cultures? What's going on here? What kind of advice would you give her on what she should do when it comes to this issue of not being able to meet a lot of men who don't have kids? Have any of you dated younger men? How do you feel about dating men who are younger than you, who haven't started families yet? Is an age gap a problem to you? How young are you willing to date them? Okay, if he has himself a little bit established, a little bit. So let us know.